Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see how we can connect to a SharePoint list out of the box and create an app. Okay, for that we will first require a SharePoint list and we'll go to a SharePoint site. Okay, so before you create a PowerApp, uh, you need to ensure that the list in which you are creating a PowerApp has the new experience enabled, that is a modern UI. So let's take our list for today, and that is a project requirement data. Okay, and also go to settings. From the settings option you can go to advanced settings, and in advanced settings you will have this option called as new experience. So on click of the new experience, I'll see that my UI has changed. So yeah, so yeah. So now we are ready for using Power Apps. Before starting, let's have a quick look at what are Power Apps. So Power Apps is basically a software as a service provided by Microsoft, and it comes with Office 365, and it used for creating mobile apps, web apps, which is suitable for desktops, as well as your Android, iOS, and Windows phones. Okay, and your data is in mobile, as well as you can, using Power Apps, you can connect to your on-premise SharePoint. Okay, so that is also possible, but that is possible using a connector. So let's understand diagrammatically how does it work. So here we have a power user, we have connect to enterprise. So Power Apps helps used to connect to an enterprise data, a wide range of data. It can connect to an SQL, you can connect to Salesforce, you can connect to Outlook, you can connect to OneDrive. Then you have an option to create app, where you have the visual designer like a Visual Studio. You can drag and drop, you can select items, you can write formulas, and then this you can set properties, and then you can share your app with the mobile as well as the web. Okay, so what all things a power user can do? So create apps using a visual designer, use templates to quickly get started, use built-in connections, and share apps like documents. Then for a developer, build additional data connections and APIs. So a developer can create additional connections so that the power user can connect to those APIs. Okay, and IT professional basically has to look upon the policies, what kind of apps can be created, what kind of data source it can connect, what kind of permission should be enabled, and all those stuff. Okay, so today we are going to see how we can generate an out of the box app by connecting a SharePoint list. Okay, so let's get started. And before we get started, I'll just like to explain you two more things. That is, Power Apps basically, built upon three models or three words. That is connect, share, connect, create, and share. So first you have to connect, then you have to create, and then you have to share. And based on these three words, I will explain you how Power Apps work. So when you turn on the modern UI, you will see two options: create app and customize form. So let's take a look at create app. What does it give? So I click on this. Okay, so it asks me to put a name, so I'll just give them project requirement app. Okay, and also let's have a look at the column. So we have a title column, which is a text column. Okay, let's change the view. Okay, then we have the requirement type column, which is a choice column. Then we have the country and state, which is a lookup column. Then we have the requirement date, which is a date column. Then we have immediate availability, which is a boolean value, true or false. And then we have a multi-line text, contact details. Okay, so here you go. So when you click on that create app, it builds an app for you. So So this is the thing I like it. You just have to wait. It does some processing, and within 30 seconds the app gets created. So that's very great actually. That's how I feel, because it's doing all out of the box. You don't have to worry about anything. So yeah, let's wait. So this diagram basically also explains the same. You can connect to a tabular, cloud, or any other database and build your apps. So on the background you can see the browse screen, detail screen, and all other screens are getting created. And yeah, we are ready to go. Okay, so now as our app is created, okay, so the first thing which I like to show you is about the browse screen. So this is the browse screen, and in the browse screen we have something called as gallery, and this gallery is nothing but a gallery from here, gallery template. Okay, and you can change the gallery. You can have a title column, you have a title and subtitle, you have title, subtitle, and body. So I'll select that. Now what I want to display in the title column, so maybe I'll want to display the title. I'll select that. Okay, then maybe in subtitle, so I can change it from here as well. So this is a text property and this is a function. So maybe here I wish to show this item dot da, 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 the maybe the requirement. Okay, I like to show the contact details. I'll show it here. Okay, and then I want to show you the yeah, the date. So I'll just put your requirement date. So done. Now we are ready. Okay, yeah, one more thing I want to show you, that ensure that you have one item at least created, because without that you won't see any data and then it becomes difficult to work with, right? So now if you want to add one more field here, so what you have to do, you have to just select the browse gallery and then click on this edit gallery option, and then you just have to do this, insert a label. So I'll go from insert and click on a label. Okay, and yeah, that's it. This is that label I created, and I wish to type here that I want to see the requirement type. So I'll just put there as requirement type, typ. So this is a choice column. So dot just a second. This dot requirement type dot value. Okay. So yeah, so I got it. So now you can see the requirement type. I just want to make it a bit smaller. Okay. Okay. Maybe a bit. Maybe a bit. I just wanted to set the positioning. Okay, fine. let it be like this for now. Okay, so yeah, so in this way you can add data. Okay, now once you have added the data, now let's see what kind of uh, things you can do. So now one thing I want to show you is that you are not able to see all the data for this particular column. Okay, so for that you have something called as auto hide, and there you go. So it basically takes the height as automatically. So yeah, I'll just remove this. I don't know why it didn't work. So maybe what I'll do is I will just control. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So now your data floats automatically as I have the auto height enabled. Okay. So yeah. Also you can change the font if you want. Maybe this bold font is 32, and then I'll just run it. So yeah, there you go. Okay, now I'll explain you something about conditional formatting. So now maybe I want to show data where the requirement data is passed and I want to change the color. So yeah, you can do conditional formatting as well, and for doing that I'll select the color property because I want to change the color, and by default it has black color. So if I do something like this, if date diff, so I'll have this function called as date diff, and then I'll see that from today, and here I'll put the actual requirement date column. Okay, and I'll see that it's less than, so date will give me the difference basically in number. So if the difference is less than 0, then that means the data has passed, right? So I want the color to be red, otherwise I want it to be green. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so now you can see the color has changed since it's 2/23/2018, 23rd Feb, and that is 3rd Feb, and the 3rd Feb is already passed. Okay, so in this way you can do conditional formatting. You can change the color, you can change the fill option, there are many properties which you can change. So you can change the font. Okay, now, so that's what I showed about the conditional formatting. Now let's look at the uh, items property. So in the items property we have yeah, so basically what I want to show is the search. So now if I type here uh, SharePoint, yeah, so it is not working, right? So why is it not working? I'll explain you now. So let's go to this, and here you can see that they have put as compliance ID. So I will change that and put there as title. Okay, and once I put that as title and then I do this, so I can see, if I clear it, I can see my SharePoint Java developer is written. So if I just type Java, yeah, so it is basically searching by your title column. So this is provided you out of the box. Okay, so that's one good thing. Okay, now also the sorting. So maybe I'll just clear the, okay. Yeah, and another good thing which you will notice is that you don't have to go to the preview mode to preview anything, like in Visual Studio or anywhere you're creating app. You always have to build it and deploy it and then see whether your code, what changes you have made is working or not. But in PowerApp, the compiler is on the fly. So as soon as you make changes anywhere on any function, the code gets compiled and you can see the data has changed, and there the functionality works. So you don't have to always go into the preview mode, but just I go from the play button. Okay, Now I will change the sorting order, and I want the sorting order to be based upon the requirement date. Okay, cool. So I'll just take the requirement date from here. Okay, I'll just select this and I go to browse, and I'll just put the requirement date here, and there you go. Yeah, so now you can see it's based upon the requirement date. It's in the ascending order. Okay, the expired ones are the first. Okay, so now what else can you do? So you can add things, uh, so you can add something like this, like maybe you can add an icon here, something like circle. One thing which I forgot to mention, forgot to do is right now is this. Yeah. Let me delete this. Yeah, edit it, and now add the circle. Yeah, and now add the label. So you see that then only it gets repeated. Otherwise, it does not get repeated, right? So now, okay, and maybe I'll just change this to like this. So, okay, sorry. So let me just uh, delete this label for now, and let's go to gallery again, edit it, and from here I want to change this like this. Okay, and I want to give it an auto height. Okay, and now I want to add a label here. Sorry again, delete it. Always remember that you have to go to this edit link, which I always forget to do that. Maybe you guys might also be forgetting it, I'm not sure. And then go to here, let's see. Okay, and add some text here, that is the immediate availability. So I can see that the immediate availability is true or false. So maybe I can write a if condition here, immediate availability is equal to true, then show yes, else show no. Okay, so yeah, done. Now I can change the color, so maybe I want to change it to white. I can go to home, I can change the color as white. Yeah, done. Now you can see how beautifully the app has come out, right? So yeah, you can do the sorting it from here. Okay, you can do a refresh if new items get added. Okay, It is a browse form, and in the browse form we saw that we have this plus button, and this plus button is actually it takes us to the new form, and for that we have this navigate screen. Okay, then we saw the sorting option, and then we saw the refresh option. The refresh is generally doing a refresh for your project requirement data source. Okay, so yeah, when you do it directly out of the box from the SharePoint side, the data source is already created and you can see the data source here. Okay, now that we have seen the browse screen, let's go and have a look at the detail screen. So here is the detail screen. Okay, so yeah, so on the click of this you can see the detail screen. Okay, and yeah, on this you can see the edit screen. Okay, this is a good thing which we have the touch option of image ability on and off. So yeah, let's take a look at a few things. So maybe on the display screen you want that the image you don't want just to be seen here, so you can just delete it. But oh, you cannot delete it. For doing that, you have to select the card, that is the item availability card, and then you have to go to advanced, and then in advanced you have to unlock it. Once you unlock it, you can then edit it, and then I'll just remove this off functionality from here, and I'll select the card again, and I'll go to insert, I'll go to controls, and from here I will select yeah, I will select the data from here. So where is it? Yeah, top. Okay, so once that is done, I can just increase the height. Okay, once that is done, I can just show it a bit beautifully. Now let's play and see. So you can see that you are still able to make changes into on and off, right? That should not happen because this is a display form. So for doing that, you have to go to the toggle button, and the toggle button you can go to the properties, and from the properties you can change the visibility to disable. Okay, so now it is disabled, and also what you can change is here. So you can change the text. So maybe on off I want it to be no, and for on I want it to be yes. So yeah, that is also possible. Yeah, you see the change got reflected immediately, so I did not have to go to the play button. Yeah, so yep, that's it for in that way you can change the properties. There are a lot of properties available, you can explore them. Okay, so yeah, so now you can see that on this we have navigate browse screen none. So this is how navigation works, and here on edit we have the edit form, so we have to go to the edit form which I have mentioned in brackets. Okay, so yeah, so let's go to the edit form. So in edit form, what would I like to change is the requirement type. So I want it to be shown as a, okay, let's not make any change right now. Let's keep things as it is. Okay, so here on the text you can see the submit form, which basically submits to the SharePoint list. We can see how we can build this from the scratch in my next demo, but yeah, for now these are the things. This is about the edit detail in the screen. So by default, when you create any form out of the box, by connecting to a SharePoint list, you get the browse screen, the detail screen, and the new screen. Now you guys must be thinking, what about the new screen? So for the new screen, it's this. So, and I go to this. So uh, not here. So on the edit screen, I have something called as the edit form. I have something called as the default mode, which is edit by default. But if I go and check the item property, what I see is browser one dot selected. So what item you selected here, right? Okay, so whatever item you selected here, that is available here based upon that. So that's why you are able to see Java developer here, right? And now I so now on this I have one more property, which is on success property. And on success property, we have the back button. So on click of save, the data goes back and gets stored into a SharePoint list. What I want to show you is so here also you can see browser gallery one dot selected, and yeah, these are the properties. And here I showed you selected. Yeah, so I guess I covered most of the things today. And yeah, one thing I want to show you, that is the delete. So I can go to the details form. I can see this. So remove project requirement data, browser gallery one dot selected item. Okay, so that way it gets selected and then we going back to the main form. Okay, so that is about the delete functionality. And yeah, so that's it. And then you can click on save, and after saving I'll have to publish it so that the app becomes available to all the users. But one thing I want to show you is that, so now when I click on new, I can see my default form, right? This is it, the default new form, display form and edit form. If I want to customize that, I can do this for SharePoint specific by clicking on customize form, and now it will again open in PowerApp. So this is change, and then I can click on publish. I can see all the versions here. Okay, so now here what I can see is, I'll show you. So let the PowerApp tool open. Okay, and you can just click on this publish to publishing this app, and you can view your app on web.powerapps.com. Let this app build. Okay, I'll close this. It's not required now. And then I can see my project requirement done. So I can click it from here, I can view it, I can have other details like I can see who is the owner, with whom it has been shared, what all versions, which version is alive, the settings and analytics. Okay, so let the app build. Now you can see that it has been changed. Now maybe I want the contact details to be hidden, so I can do that. I can go to visible and visible is equal to false just for testing it, and I can just save it. Once I click on save, and now I can, if I go back to SharePoint, so it has been published to SharePoint. So it's closing the app and now it's redirecting me to the SharePoint site. And let's see what changes have come. So initially we are seeing the default form, right? So now when I click on this new item, I will see my PowerApp. So now the PowerApp is opening here. This is a cool thing, right? You can basically copy this link and then share this link with other users. This is a new PowerApp form. It is quite different from the out of the box form, right? And now I can click on this. With this link I can share with users. Okay, so yeah, that's it for today. For any queries you can put your comments into my channel and subscribe to my channel for more such videos. Thank you for watching it. Thank you all. Bye bye.